Hey guys, this is Red Silvers, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play. I'm kind of stuck right now with just NES games to play because my controller's having some issues. So let's see what's going on here. I'm gonna watch the intro to Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. During 15th century Europe, there lived a person named Dracula. He practiced sorcery in order to create a bad world filled with evil. He began taking over the continent of Europe, changing countries from good to bad. The good people of Europe tried to fight off Dracula, but no one was able to survive. Finally, the Belmont family was summoned to battle Dracula's vile forces. The Belmont family has a long history of fighting evil. The townspeople became afraid of the Belmont's superhuman power and asked them to leave the country. Fortunately, the people found a mighty Belmont called Trevor. The curse of Dracula has begun. The fate of Europe lies with Trevor. Maybe not the most dramatic opening in a video game, but that's okay. Let our little film strip run out. Alright, so we got opening and password. No, go back to the title screen. And, whoa, that goes into that quick. There's a way to do a sound test on this, but I don't remember how to do that. So let's do this before I have to skip the intro again. So for the name, I'm going to be using... That's the wrong letter. I'm going to be using a password or a code name here. And if anybody has not played this version of this game, this password does something very special. It's not actually a password. This is still starting us at the first stage. The way that the name system in this game works is that the game makes passwords linked with your name. Like, there's an encryption of some sort. So if I were to get a level 2 password, it would not work unless you had the right matching name. Which frustrated the hell out of us as kids, because we all wanted to use our own names when we played. But let's go ahead and get this show on the road. We're going to be doing the first episode. So here we have Trevor. This is Simon Belmont's grandfather, Simon being the hero in Castlevania 1 and 2. And its playstyle right now is very similar to the first Castlevania. This is the first Castlevania game that I played. Let's go up some stairs here. And of course you guys saw my videos of Castlevania and how terrible I was there. I'm going to go ahead and power up. The little upgrade things look a little different here. I've got my whip up to full power. And Jeremy Parrish, the gentleman that hosts the Talking Time forums, actually did a very interesting analysis of this game in a series called Anatomy for a Game. And he did the same with the first and second Castlevania games. But he pointed out how a lot of the things that are hard things that didn't show up early on in the original Castlevania come into play really quickly here. Let's see if we can deal with that bat. And you know, like the first stage of the original Castlevania is really a simple stage. But here you're already getting a lot of vertical movement. And I guess we're going through a church, and for whatever reason, you have to climb the church to proceed. The anatomy does not necessarily fit in. The original Castlevania, a lot of this background structure in the stage actually lined up in a consistent way. So here's one of those examples. There's the throwing skeleton from the third stage of the original Castlevania, and he's already here as an obstacle to dodge in this first stage, in the second block. And that's gonna miss him. So I don't recall if the Holy Water's as broken in this game. This is the one I owned, but I have not played it in quite a few years. This is one of the few games I got on my virtual console on my Wii. So here we have a new kind of obstacle. This block doesn't do anything until you jump, and then it rotates. But you can walk on it safely and you're fine. And then they throw in the Medusa heads. And again, we're still in the first stage, and those are showing up. And that kind of goes with this. So here's these platforms that if you jump on them, you're going to fall. So they kind of mix it up a little bit. But they give you a chance to see how the platforms work before really throwing you into it. And now we get to the zombies, the familiar zombies from the original first stage of the first Castlevania. One big difference between this game and Castlevania 1 is that I'm not going to take the axe. Might be useful for the boss. The original Castlevania, you start at the castle and you're moving through Dracula's castle. This game, you're starting out in the countryside and you have to actually get to Castlevania, which is the castle of Dracula. And I feel like there's something down there. Or maybe it's, there we go. And there's the Fleaman. Fuck you, Fleaman. The Fleaman is the... There we go, there's some meat. The Fleaman was originally in the third stage, and now it's in the first stage, and it's already showing up in the third block. So they're already throwing some of these hard challenges at you early on. Well, if he's gonna run away, that's fine with me. Oh god, what have I done? No! And the dragon cannons are back too. And I just got an axe that I didn't necessarily want. That's okay. Alright, so block 1-4. I don't know why I picked this game as my next Let's Play. I guess I just wanted to do something I actually knew. Core World kind of broke me for a bit. And people were like, yeah, of course Core World broke you. There's a video that at the point of me recording this, I have not actually put up. But in the last video that I did, I actually put the game into an unwinnable state. And that kind of irritated me. And I stopped playing, and then when I got back into it, I just didn't have the heart to keep going. Alright, so we're gonna come here and fight our first boss, this giant bone skeleton. And I'm already fucking that up. I was gonna try and do that maneuver he just did, actually. There we go. We get past him. Oh, he's gonna take my strategy too. Where are you going, dude? I'm over here. And I don't know that the Holy Water or the axe is a better choice for him, because for all I know, well, that's gonna be a good use for it right there, though. And that was pretty painless. So I think for parts of this game that this game is going to have some shorter videos, and I'll show you why. So now we finished the stage and we're coming up to a fork. And we have our choice between the Clock Tower of Untimely Death and the Mad Forest. And that's where I'm going to call it quits, because I'm actually going to let you, the viewer, vote on which path I'm going to take. You can either respond on the Game forum at Captain SNES if you're from there, or from this LP's thread on Talking Time, or you can just post a response in the video. I will accept all those methods up until I go to record. So until next time, this has been Red Silvers, and have yourself a good night.